Okay, guys, in this module, we're going to be talking about communication. This is a very, very short one, so I don't have a lot to say supplemental to what's in the textbook, but I've got a couple things to add, of course. So we'll get started just talking about, communication in its simplest forms and its most simplistic form is just how we exchange information from one person to another, one entity to another. Um, Now, if you think about the nature of what we do in healthcare and how we operate, the things that we talk about in healthcare, we're not talking about widgets or parts or anything like that. Things that we talk about in healthcare tend to be very, very touchy subjects. We're dealing with life and death. Our kind of catch here is people don't necessarily want to be our customers. They don't want to come and spend their time and money at one of our facilities. They have to because of something that's happened to them or some kind of force of habit. But just keeping in mind, people don't really want to be our customers. So how do we work around that, and how do we kind of delicately go about communicating information to not only our patients but our staff and our employees as well? There's no more difficult industry than healthcare, in my opinion. There's so much going on, there's so much to do, there's so much stress and pressure that our team members, our employees, and our patients are under. Some of the time that you spend in the hospital, if you've been in the hospital as a patient before, generally it's not under very welcoming circumstances. And if you've worked in healthcare and have been an employee in healthcare, working in that environment can be very stressful. You have a lot of mental, physical stress that you have to deal with. So it's important from an administrative standpoint to know how to communicate information, and understanding that really the success or the failure of any initiative you want to do, any new process, anything you want to put into play really rests on and hinges on how well you can communicate. I have this video on voicemail etiquette. I'm going to go ahead and play it here within the video, within this lecture recording, but you're welcome to go back and view it again at your leisure. I'm just giving you some ideas, some quick pointers on, what to do when you're leaving a message in a professional setting, and then I've got another video over writing a business letter that you can transfer over into writing emails, and we'll talk about a little bit more of this throughout the semester. And a few more points about communication when we talk about empathic listening within the next module or two. But we'll go ahead and play this video for a few seconds just to give you guys a brief overview. And then, like I said, you're welcome to go back and view it again at your leisure.
All right, now we're ready to talk about leaving a message on the voicemail. Now, I'm going to separate this in between do's and don'ts. Now, first we're going to talk about the do's. Again, just like with your personal greeting, you want to plan out your message. Think about what it is that you have to say, or want to say, or need to say. Otherwise, you'll be kind of floundering all around. You want to be concise and to the point. So plan it out. Leave your message simple. Voicemail is about simple messages, usually that don't even require a response. Bob, this is Tim. The meeting will be at 4 o'clock on Thursday. Click. Well, actually, you wouldn't say click. You say thank you, goodbye. But keep it brief. Keep it very simple. Always sound professional. Just because it's voicemail, don't take on some casual demeanor. Yo, Bob, Jim here. No. Again, sound professional. And the last thing that you want to do, and 99.9% of office phone systems, and probably cell phones too, allow you to replay your message before you send it to the system. And you really want to do that because, one, you want to see what you said, see what you sound like, but that's also an opportunity where you can make sure you said everything that you need to say in that message before you send it on its way.
I'm going to go ahead and stop it here, guys. Just some great pointers here, not only for leaving phone messages, but in your emails too. Our average attention span, if we don't get your attention in 7 to 15 seconds, you've kind of lost, you've lost momentum behind your message. So the quick points are, keep it simple. Give them the pertinent information in your messages, whether that be voicemail, email messages, letters. And like I said, I've got another video to go over with you guys. But just boiling it down to the basic points, what's the information they need to know, and then the recipient can follow up with you with any additional questions they may have. So a few more pieces of information that we're going to talk about, and like I said, we'll talk about this more in empathic listening within the next module too. We'll go into it a little bit more detail, but we have visual media and nonverbal methods of communication, and we know that nonverbal communication is probably the greatest way that we're going to transfer information just between, our actions and our behaviors. Are we looking at you? Are we not? Do we have our arms crossed? Do we not? So we can send a lot of signals non-verbally in regards to information. Last video I have just about writing a business letter. We'll end here on this. I'll go ahead and start it. I won't play the entire thing. Let me go ahead and pause it real quick. I won't play the entire thing, but give you enough just to let you know kind of the flow of the video. And again, go back and view this at your leisure. But these are just the basics of writing a business letter and how to keep it professional in a business setting.
In this lesson, you will learn to write an effective basic business letter that gives a positive impression of you and your business and communicates your message clearly. Most people don't think much about package design. That is, until a faulty one drops their prized possession on the ground. The business letter is a package that carries your message to its recipient. A well-crafted letter communicates your message clearly and accurately with no distractions. A faulty one confuses your reader, takes work to understand, or is simply ignored. Remember, first impressions count, so take care to project a sense of professionalism in your letter's layout.
So guys, just basic, down to the basic points in terms of business letters and emails. You don't want to dance around the truth. You don't want to include a lot of fluff. Get down to the details. You can always include that cordial greeting, dear Mrs. Jones. But make sure to get to the point rather quickly, and don't dance around the truth. And like I said, guys, we're going to end here today for communication, and we'll pick back up in the next module.